sponsor.
What a start for Newcastle. 15 wins in the first 3 months of the season. And a great European adventure. Antwerp routed in a record return. England expects United's contribution to the national scene. Britain's most sensational transfer deal. Young King Cole abdicates. And Newcastle's 95 goals. We've got the lot. This is the complete story of Newcastle United's great season. In the summer of '94, Kevin Keegan faced a new challenge: how to improve a team that had just achieved its highest league placing since winning the old First Division Championship in 1927. So he turned to the World Cup in America and signed Mark Hottiger, a stylish fullback who'd start for Switzerland. He cost around £500,000 from Sion. Philippe Albert, the classy Belgian central defender, arrived for £2.65 million from Anderlecht. Albert celebrated his 27th birthday, looking forward to the Premiership and a European campaign. Opening day +1, and United began their season at Filbert Street, live on satellite television, 24 hours after the rest of the Premiership got underway.
Sellers can run up the back men now. Beardsley coming in from the left, in space. Cole! That's Newcastle for you. Where they left off last season, they've started this time around, and the goal thoroughly deserved. That's by Owen. Encouraged to go on. Puts it in. Fox. Beardsley. He's through. Oh, through the goalkeeper as well. 2-0. And the double act absolutely dynamic. Cole the first, set up by Beardsley, and Beardsley takes all the applause the second time himself. Fox. Oh, and Elliott is free, coming in from the left. It nestles in for Robbie Elliott, and the substitute has rubbed it in here. 3-0.
3 goals up, but suddenly things began to go wrong. Peter Beardsley's cheekbone was shattered for the second time in a year. Keegan would lose his general just as the season started. Then another coincidence: Pavel Srnicek challenged Julian Joachim outside the penalty area, and just like at Coventry early last season, the keeper was off. Leicester got a consolation goal right at the end. A little bit of the shine had been taken off an otherwise great first result. Just 3 days later, more than 34,000 fans packed a new-look St James's Park. The brand new stand at the Gallagher End was full for the first time. And the new pitch, a £350,000 green carpet, made a perfect surface for a superb team display.
Albert, nice touch and turn. Lee taking over, Albert still carrying on. Corner for Fox. Fox! Good save of Grizovic, still going. Lee! That'll do nicely. Robert Lee! Too many half chances for Coventry's good. It ran loose to Lee on the left peg, and that was quite enough. Watson trying one. Oh, what a strike, Steve Watson! A blinding goal, Steve Watson! That one was still well on the up, and it went flying past Grizovic, who's pulled out 2 or 3 saves. Well played from Albert to Venison. Sellers now making up ground quickly. Cole is through the middle. Rennie, it's to Lee. Lee again. It's 3. Another for Robert Lee. Sellers. Rennie's clearance down to Lee. Opened up the angle and rolled it in. Grizovic going the wrong way. Fox finding Cole. Nice work. Andy Cole, still with Cole, still going. Oh, how did he do that? And now the story complete. a goal from Andy Cole.
Newcastle's tormentor Matt Letitia was next up at St James's. Southampton did the double over United last season, but times had changed.
Now there's danger for them. Cole, Fox can't quite pick it up. Watson might. Here's Watson. Albert. Beaten away. Not that time though. And once again, Watson pounces. Steve Watts' second goal in successive matches. Albert, the first shot was pushed away, and Watson relished the opportunity. Nice play. Venison to Fox, to Lee. And Fox getting in round the back door. Watson again is in the middle. Fox going in on his own. Watson! It's another one for Steve Watson. And another one for Newcastle. Charlton lost his bearings and the ball. Fox always ready to have a go himself, and Watson once again was on the spot. Charlton, whose initial mistake did prompt that second goal, and nearly another one prompted there by Benali's error. Fox has picked it up. Fox, Watson's in the middle, so too Cole. Just had to check, it's still on, is it? Yes! Andy Cole. Never say a move has broken down when Andy Cole still has the ball. Fox once again punishes an error. Cole, it was just to fool them, and Grobbelaar was far too far towards his near post. Flags down, and Banger could be through here. And they pulled one back. Some reward at last for a lot of hard work by Nicky Banger. Venison presented to Cole. You just cannot do that. Punished in the most harsh fashion possible. And that is kamikaze football. Venison pushing it forward. Presented to Cole. Thanks a lot. Cole. Still with Cole, and Robert Lee, it's 5. And did you see that one, Terry Venables?
Three wins out of 3 and 3 goals so far for Robert Lee. The Londoner went back to West Ham, the team he supported as a boy, knowing that he'd been named in the England squad to face the United States. But it was Andy Cole, left out by Terry Venables, who masterminded Newcastle's 4th win in a row.
Cole still going, Matthews there, it's in off Steve Fox, own goal. Newcastle take the lead just after the half hour, and Cole had Martin in trouble there. Got to the ball first again, Matthew was waiting for it, but Steve Potts got the touch. Now Venison just knocking it forward into the path of Beresford. Cole out wide, Beresford continuing his run. Cole not needing him. Lovely ball, Lee! 2-0! Robert Lee, 4 in 3 games now. But what a pass from Andy Cole. Each perfect on the ground, and Lee was in the right place again. Burrows to knock it in. Out wide, Jones against Beresford. Penalty, Steve Jones there with the ball in, and Beresford looks aggrieved. That was handball, that was a bit harsh, but that's a penalty. Hartlepool old boy Don Hutchison celebrates his debut with the penalty. 2-1. A minute or so left now. Cole looking to have the last word perhaps. down there, but he's up again. Cole, Matthew in the middle, surely. Matthew, 3-1. No problem, on a plate from Andy Cole.
Kevin Keegan couldn't have wished for a better start. Maximum points by the start of September, Manchester United in second, and no sign of Blackburn. Now, at the age of 30, Barry Venison also felt the benefit of United's storming start. He got a late call from Terry Venables and performed well in the victory over the United States at Wembley on his full international debut. Now his son Max is the proud owner of a number 4 England shirt. Before the Chelsea match, Keegan pushed physio Derek Wright into the limelight to collect his Carling Manager of the Month award for the spectacular August start. For the game itself, he was forced to call up Mike Hooper to replace Cernacek, who was suspended. John Burridge, Newcastle's first-choice keeper under Jim Smith, was substitute at the age of 42. But it was United's young number 9 who ran rings round Chelsea's pensioners.
Trying to get it away. There's Beresford, and there's Cole, and Cole's away, and that is lethal finishing from Andy Cole. Kareem can just look and wonder. What a brilliant goal again. Beresford's ball forward. Cole, look at that touch, but look at that finish. Spackman, forward for Spencer, and Wise. And it's in now, and it's Peacock. Gavin Peacock against his old club. Watson. Now Fox. Watson still available, and he gets it. Room for the cross. Cole's there. It's the whistle, and it's a penalty. Penalty pushing on Andy Cole. And that ball came in from Watson with plenty of height on it, and there's the shove right in the back by Clark on Cole. Lee with the penalty. He saved it. Fox, and Fox does Lee the favour. Raw Fox so quick to react there. Tough on the keeper. Lee's penalty was a good save, but Fox was following in. Spencer challenging there with Peacock and getting the ball in for Furlong, and it's 2-2 now. Furlong this time. Hooper beaten. Fox through the middle. Beresford moving up on the outside. Beresford in a good position there. Into the middle, and Lee squeezed in there. Newcastle back ahead, and it's 5 in 5 games now for Robert Lee. Little touch on there and squeezed in at that near post. Here come Newcastle yet again. What a tremendous game this has been. Cole through for Lee now. Lee again, and back for Cole. And it's 4-2 now. 6 in 5 games for Andy Cole. They're having their own private competition. Cole in full flight, changing direction. Lee keeping his balance, a little touch, and the finish perfect as ever.
Three days later, the Premiership pace-setters jetted off to the 1993 European Capital of Culture. The destination was Antwerp, the Belgian city famous for its diamonds, but not for Royal Antwerp's home, the decaying Besweil Stadium. 4,000 United fans made the journey for Newcastle's first game in Europe in 17 years, and they welcomed back their own prized gem. Skipper Peter Beardsley had recovered from his fractured cheekbone, he was in the side, and United got off to a flyer.
I wonder if Newcastle will need a little bit of time to settle into this sort of football. And in the opening minute, and Venison calmly playing it wide for Beresford, and there's Lee, and they scored! 53 seconds, and Robert Lee puts Newcastle in charge. What a sensational start. Beresford's cross, and Lee, that's a terrific header.
And this is Severin's here. Severin's, that's a good save from Srnicek. Severin's looking dangerous again. Now, Lee. What a start he's given Newcastle. Good ball out wide to Rule Fox with room as well. And it's Lee, and Lee again! It's a second for Newcastle and a second for Robert Lee. What a return to European football, and Lee, what a great run from midfield. A firm header, and it's 2-0. So full of movement, Newcastle absolutely bubbling with confidence. Fox again. Cole, Sellers, 3-0. Newcastle are going berserk here, absolutely sweeping them aside. Cole, look at that control, and look at that finish as well. Beardsley. Again, Newcastle coming forward, such an appetite for the occasion. It's another good ball in there, and Lee! It's a hat-trick, all of them headers, and Robert Lee once again popping up. Good cross, the delivery's been superb, but Lee's finishing top draw. That one cut out there. Antwerp trying to get something back into this one. Another good save from Srnicek, who's played his part. Srnicek has had a few good saves to make, and he's certainly kept Newcastle looking dead solid. And now it's Watson. Watson looking to go all the way and really wrap it up. And that's 5-0. And Watson, the man left out for Peter Beardsley, gets in on a European night of glory for Newcastle. What a cool finish.
Robert Lee's hat-trick had taken him to 8 goals in 5 matches. Newcastle's start to the season had been breathtaking, but not unexpected.
Yeah, I definitely felt that we were going to have a say in the championship of this country, I must be honest. We started so well. It wasn't just winning, it was the way we were winning. We were scoring goals, we were creating an awful lot of chances. Even the games when we scored 4s and 5s, I can remember 3 or 4 absolute sitters that we missed. And if you're creating chances, you feel like you're going to score every time you get the ball. That's how we felt early season.
Steve Howie made his first appearance of the season following a long-term injury at Highbury. He joined Philippe Albert and Darren Peacock in a new-look back 5, but that didn't stop United going on the attack.
Ottinger now really making up room. It's not convincingly clear to fight back in by Beardsley. It's a goal! Peter Beardsley, 1-0 to Newcastle. There didn't really seem to be anything on. Ottinger, a strong run. Arsenal didn't get it away. It fell to Beardsley, and that was trouble. And Seaman, there was a deflection that made it hard. Plenty of men in the wall there for Newcastle. Merson with the free kick. It's an awkward bounce, another awkward bounce, and Adams and Srnicek, and Adams again. 1-1, Arsenal back in 3 minutes. Difficult bounce there, beat Peacock, but Adams did not stop. Lee, and Fox now in a good position, has a look up. Was there pushing there? Yes, penalty. Philippe Albert was shoved. There's the cross from Fox, and it's Dixon coming in there, and that was a penalty. Peter Beardsley, half-time approaching, and it's 2-1. Newcastle back in the lead. Peter Beardsley, so reliable from the penalty spot. Seaman sent completely the wrong way. Good knockdown for Beardsley. Full of running, full of busy, and full of real problems for Arsenal here. And Fox! Yes, it's a goal! 3-1 now, Rule Fox. Beardsley at the very heart of that. A typical penetrative run there. Defenders left grabbing thin air. From an awkward ricochet there, Seaman was struggling. Fox, difficult angle in off the underside of the bar before Keown could get there. Schwartz. Dixon lifting it in, Peacock only half clear. Ian Wright, that's a good goal, but it's too little, too late for Arsenal.
After 6 straight Premiership wins, Newcastle switched their attention to the Coca-Cola Cup. On the face of it, First Division Barnsley shouldn't have posed a problem.
A little bit of room there for Redfern. What a goal! Barnsley take the lead. Neil Redfern, a super strike. Beresford knocked in. Fox knocks it back, and Cole. And normal service is resumed. Beresford against his old club. Excellent cross. That was perhaps the hardest bit. And that is instinct. Still Newcastle pressing forward. Watson has to deliver the cross. And Fox is there. 2-1. Rule Fox. That's relief.
Cardinal Basil Hume, leader of Britain's Catholic Church and a self-confessed Newcastle fan, was guest of honour for the match against Liverpool. Meanwhile, in the stands, another man in high places, England manager Terry Venables, was checking on United's potential international recruits. His latest cap, Barry Venison, was carried off with a hamstring injury before half-time. United's 100% record was on the line.
Good passing there from Newcastle. Now this is Robert Lee. Lee still going. That's a sensational goal from Robert Lee. It's a real blinder. What a start to the season he's having. David James utterly amazed and caught out by that strike. Lee just thumped it in for his 9th of the season. Barnes in midfield, taking his time. Neat little pass forward. And that's beaten Srnicek. Ian Rush, 1-1. Srnicek caught off balance there. And Rush cashes in.
While Rush's goal denied Keegan victory over his former club, more bad news for Newcastle. Albert's challenge on Neil Ruddock earned him a second yellow card from referee Philip Don, and he was on his way. So the winning streak was over, and it was back to basics. The new boy at the Maiden Castle training headquarters in Durham was Paul Kitson. Keegan had paid Derby County £2.25 million for a goal scorer who was out to prove himself in the big time. At Newcastle Airport in late September, Antwerp fans arrived for their brief encounter with European football for the season. Spirits were high, despite them trailing 5-0. The Toon Army had waited a long time to play host to foreign rivals, and this was a night they'd never forget.
Only half clear to Lee, and Lee again, and Robert Lee carries on from where he left off in Belgium. They won't forget Robert Lee in a hurry. That was instinct and perfectly judged. Now it's Fox. Through to Sellers. Cole's waiting in the middle. Too easy. And Andy Cole, his first European goal. Well, they must have been wondering how long they could keep him out of this show. Cole knocking it through there. And was there a shove? Yes, penalty. Rule Fox fouled. Godfrey with the challenge. Beardsley had to be. Everything's going right again. Beardsley right in the corner. Oh, Beardsley away again. Beardsley and Cole. He makes it look so easy, and Cole's got a second. 4-0 now, 9-0 on aggregate. Beardsley nonchalant. Cole, 1 touch, 2 touch, thank you very much. Clark trying to get involved as well. Newcastle still coming forward, still looking for more goals. And Lee! Oh, so close. Antwerp have got one back. That's Keekins, Wim Keekins at last, something for Antwerp. Well, they've had so little encouragement. Antwerp again, obviously bucked a little by that goal. And Severins has got another. That's 2 in 2 minutes. 4-2 on the night now. Something for them to smile about at last. Newcastle's passing pinpoint again. And there's another one, and Sellers, and Cole, and it's a Euro treble for Andy Cole. Another Cole hat-trick on another magnificent night for Newcastle.
5-2 on the night and a European record aggregate for United of 10-2. The fans wanted more, and the Spanish club Athletic Bilbao were next out of the hat. Back in the Premiership, and United continued their relentless away form and put another nail in Ron Atkinson's Villa Park coffin.
Fox out wide, in square to Lee, and another goal for Robert Lee. A slip there from Spink, but it's 11 goals in 11 games now for Lee, who can simply do nothing wrong. Fox, Lee looked up and had a go, and Spink caught out. Cole getting a rough ride there, but keeping his balance so well. And Kitson now, and Cole, another superb finish, 2-0. And Kitson on his debut played an important part. Good service there for Andy Cole. Kitson, good control, a nice layoff, and Cole, as usual, did the rest.
7 wins out of 8 gave Keegan's team a 5-point lead over Blackburn and Forest. United averaged more than 3 goals every game. With Benison still trying to shake off his injury and team captain Beardsley also on the sick list, Keegan had to find a new skipper. Robert Lee was the man who led out the side at Barnsley in the second leg of the Coca-Cola Cup match. United, remember, held a slender 1-goal lead from the first leg, but Andy Cole soon eased any fears of an upset.
Pottinger moving forward, good run this for Lee. Back for Cole. There we go again, Andy Cole just keeps on knocking them in. And now it's Cole turning. And Kitson and Lee! Great work by the keeper, and Lee, how typically, was following in.
Sunday, October the 9th, Newcastle against Blackburn. It was first against second and Keegan against Dalglish. Fox and Beardsley returned for United and Albert was suspended. It was a real battle right to the end.
Here's Wilcox. Looking for Sutton. Shearer peeling off him. Oh, and Sanicek at full stretch, just got a hand on it. Sutton trying to follow up, beaten to it by Peacock. The centre-back really helped the goalkeeper out, and it was a good save. He had to go a long way. Penalty. Jason Wilcox flattened by Pavel Sanicek, and what action is he going to take here? He gets a yellow card. Shearer scores! Sellers. Aiming for Beresford. This is Beardsley! Oh! Well, it was a beautiful try.
Robert Lee made his England debut at Wembley in midweek, scoring in the 1-1 draw against Romania. But he pulled up sharply in training 2 days later and was denied a return trip to London. At Selhurst Park, lowly Crystal Palace made Newcastle fight all the way until a piece of Beardsley magic on the final whistle.
Newcastle still coming forward, still looking for that elusive goal. Fox knocking into the middle. Kitson back for Beardsley. Here's Beardsley, throws the dummy. Beardsley! That's one of his best, surely. And Beardsley has won it for Newcastle in sensational style. There was the dummy and the finish like a hammer.
Within 2 days, the Bilbao team arrived on Tyneside. The 8 times champions of Spain were United's next UEFA opponents and expected to pose a bigger threat than Antwerp. St James's was the place to be, a full house despite live nationwide television coverage. Again, Newcastle made an impressive start.
Beresford's header forward, Cole keeps it going towards Fox. 1-0, Will Fox. Fox puts Newcastle ahead. Keeper maybe a bit disappointed with his effort, but Fox got the goal. Through now for Cole, but it didn't reach him. May do this time. Cole goes down, and that's a penalty. Tabwenka with the challenge, I think. And Cole went down, and that's a spot kick and another chance for Peter Beardsley. 2-0, as reliable as ever. He really does fire in those spot kicks. Hit this one fairly straight, but it was good enough. Another little touch there for Lee Clark. Cole pointing where he wants it. And now he gets it. It's another one, and that was beautiful to watch. Andy Cole, Fox with the cross. Cole knew exactly where that one was going. 3-0. Chance here for Bilbao, perhaps, and Sigander's taken it. And that away goal can be costly. Bilbao definitely finishing strongly here, and Swankers! He's stolen another one. And they're throwing it away here, Newcastle.
No wonder the Bilbao supporters were happy. Those 2 late goals kept the tie in the balance, and United had let it slip. Paul Kitson made his first appearance at St James's Park against Sheffield Wednesday. It wasn't a debut to remember, though. He was hit full in the face with the ball and led off with concussion in the first half. United went on to knock out Wednesday.
Clark. Watson. What a goal! He's done it again, Steve Watson. He really does pull out a peach. Hammered in. Arsenal looking to really press home their advantage now. Beresford, and Pressman's gone out there. And Sellers, can they cash in? Newcastle. Sellers hits it across. Cole is there. Cole, 2-0. Cole just before a fellow to capitalise on a mistake like that. Right again. And Taylor picks up that loose ball, and Wednesday pulled one back.
The roller coaster season continued as Manchester United fielded 8 teenagers in the 3rd round of the Coca-Cola Cup. They almost held Newcastle to a draw, but it all changed in the last few minutes.
Sellers is in there. Sellers still going. Sellers. Cole. Walsh. Who else but Bruce, the back man? Oh, there's a Riley out there. Great goal, Philippe Albert. His first for Newcastle. What a time to pull it out. The big man gets his goal. He's got a yard or two. Kitson through the middle. Kitson, can he get to it? Kitson, round his man. Perfectly taken. Paul Kitson gets a first for Newcastle as well. 2-0, and it's all over for Alex Ferguson's youngsters.
2 days later, Andy Cole travelled to Old Trafford knowing that he'd be out of the game for around a month. He'd been suffering from shin splints and was ordered to rest. So Newcastle goalless for the first time this season, and Alex Ferguson fielded a much stronger side for the Premiership clash.
It is Giggs, and it's Granted. Gary Pallister was spotted, and his header flew past Cernicher. And he tries to stop Gillespie, can't do that. Gillespie has carved away through, a great goal!
Newcastle's first defeat of any kind in this memorable season didn't affect their position in the Premiership. Manchester United and Blackburn were still points adrift as the campaign entered November. Keegan and his squad began the new month in Spain's Basque Country. The industrial city of Bilbao was the setting for the second leg of the UEFA Cup tie. The Toon Army advance party started their build-up in the bars and restaurants of the Old Town. As in Antwerp, the visitors were noisy but perfectly well behaved. With just a one-goal lead, the outcome of the second leg in the huge San Mamés stadium was always going to be on a knife edge. 47,000 fans saw Pavel Cernicek beaten once, and Bilbao were through on the away goals rule. United were out of Europe, and just as significantly, it was also Scott Sellers' last match of the season because of injury. For Keegan, it was time to reflect on that European adventure.
Sadly, it ended as quick as it began, it seemed, you know. I mean, all of a sudden we were starting to enjoy it and we were out. But if you sort of could take the cut-off point at 3-0 up against Bilbao and the Mexican wave coming around the ground, I mean, at that point, we'd played two very good sides. We'd scored 13 goals against them in less than 220 minutes football. I mean, it was incredible. But of course, then we learnt the other side of European football, I suppose, and that is that maybe we were a little bit naive.
History in the making here at St James's Park. Radio Magpie on 14:13 AM.
Radio Magpie, United's own radio station, hit the airwaves before the next home match against Queen's Park Rangers. The club's record signing, Darren Peacock, was relishing the challenge of playing against his old teammates.
Kitson shielded that one well. Lee will have to stretch, he did. Hottiger, play on, says the referee. Fox is there, Beardsley's coming in. Fox, he slipped. Kitson, he didn't miss. Paul Kitson, his first Premiership goal for Newcastle. And Kitson showing the sort of instinct that Eddie Cole would certainly admire. Hottiger again, a telling pass. Fox slipped. Kitson fired it in there with no mistake. Heading in Beardsley now. Can Newcastle exploit that mistake? Beardsley, Parker sprinting to get back. Kitson, Beardsley still up there. Beardsley! Beardsley and hit the post. Still going. Fox, Beardsley! Fantastic! Peter Beardsley, he can really pull them out. Another blinding piece of genius from Peter Beardsley. The post denied him the first time in that move, but when Fox served it up again, Beardsley took off. Magnificent. And it's let Sinclair in at the back post. Rangers with a real chance to pull something back here. Diccio, well, that's a fine goal. Certainly silenced the boos that he was receiving.
Monday night saw Newcastle up against Nottingham Forest, with United old boy Frank Clark in the opposite dugout.
Still awaiting the first goal here as we come up towards the hour mark, but the stakes so high, even as early as November in this season. Pearce misses the ball from Liam, Fox is in, could be a crucial mistake, will be, I think. Oh no! Oh no! Kitson has missed it. Lone. Collymore, he might get there still. Collymore!
Now here's one for the United album. 3 Newcastle players in an England squad for the first time in history. Steve Howie was called up by Venables and made an impressive debut against Nigeria at Wembley. Having missed the Forest match, Howie was back for the trip to uncompromising Wimbledon at Selhurst Park. United had lost twice there last season.
On the ball, knocked forward and knocked on again. And through now for Clark. And Clark puts Wimbledon ahead. It's a great start for the Dons. Clark again. This is Leonardson through the middle. Ikoku is further ahead. Efani Koku and Clark coming up to support again. And Leonardson and Ikoku, and it's 2-0 now. Fox trying to get Newcastle back into this one. And Beardsley thumps that one in. And Newcastle back in it. 2-1 now. Fox's cross. And Beardsley comes in, no hesitation. Lee, nice switch to Beardsley. And Kitson's in there, and it's gone in, and that's 2-2. Kitson gets his goal. 2 men on the line. Beardsley got it into the middle. Thorne and Reeves were both there, but so too was Kitson for the goal. Clark again, and Cernicek in a spot of bother there. Hottiger, Leonardson comes up with the ball though, and the cross. And Harford, 3-2, Mick Harford.
Andy Cole returned to lead United's attack against Ipswich after missing 5 games. But it was to be a frustrating afternoon for Keegan, United and the fans.
Robert Lee, Nielsen, Clark, in a chance here. Beresford, Cole, great play, Cole! Oh! What a return for Andy Cole! Now Ipswich coming with the counter. Klaus Thompson, still Thompson! 1-1! Would you believe it?
Back to Coca-Cola Cup action now, and a very different looking Newcastle side. Mike Jeffrey got his first start of the season with 6 on the injured list, but it was soon business as usual.
Watson attacking it. Nielsen couldn't get to it first. Beardsley drilled out wide. Again the cross comes in looking for Cole and Nielsen and Jeffrey. Mike Jeffrey grabs the lead for Newcastle. The late choice gets it all right. Beagrie again with a corner kick. Cernicek half coming for it. Equaliser. Rossler, the substitute.
At the end of November, Newcastle were back in 3rd place behind Blackburn and Manchester United. The mounting injury list was beginning to take its toll.
We got over some hammer blows early on. Peter Beardsley getting, his cheek fractured again. First game of the season after an hour. We got over that. Now Peter's a key player. But when you start to lose 2 key players and 3, it's bound to affect the balance of the side. We missed Scott Sellers more than people could really grasp at first. Just that little left foot coming out to him, and his link up with John Beresford, I think, was very special.
In Tottenham's impressive White Hart Lane, Newcastle welcomed back Rule Fox, but the day belonged to Teddy Sheringham.
Through the middle there by Anderton, and Sheringham is away here, and Sheringham, well, you can't take it much better than that. Teddy Sheringham, 1-0 Spurs. Clark, Watson square, Beresford supporting, Anderton trying to hold him up. Clark again, and Fox, and that's 1-1, Rule Fox, a header. Not not the tallest man in the box by any means, but he was in the perfect position. Clark's cross got a touch on the way through, and there was Fox for 1-1. Calderwood right up there on the line. Sheringham, and Sheringham scores again. 2-1, Spurs back in the lead. Sheringham second. Watson trying to get in there as well. Spurs have not really got it away. Clark fires it in against the post, and Fox is there. 2-2, Fox again. And what a game we're getting here. These two teams, great reputations for entertaining football. Got a deflection, hit the post, but Fox was there. Tottenham still sweeping forward, looking for that winner again, perhaps, and there's Sheringham. Sheringham, the hat-trick. 3-2. Popescu looking for the return as well, and Popescu finishes it all off. It's 4-2 Spurs.
If Newcastle needed cheering up for Christmas, they had to beat Leicester to register their first win in 8 games. Philippe Albert returned from suspension to play at left back, while Steve Howe was in the side after missing 3 games through injury.
Watson is the target, getting up there, and that's an awkward one, and a flying save in the end by Kevin Poole. Corner taken, and knocked across there, and blasted in there by Albert. Philippe Albert. 1-0 to Newcastle then, 32 minutes gone. Cernicek thinks about coming there at Oldfield, and that's an equaliser. David Oldfield for 1-1. Fox with the corner kick. Newcastle looking for a quick response. Out to Beardsley, but Draper was there. Beresford finding Fox out wide. Howie coming in there. Terrific goal. Steve Howie. Well, the centre-halves are having their day today. Fox, another excellent cross. That was Howie's all the way. Albert. What a tremendous free kick. Albert gets his second, and they don't come any better, do they? And thunderous applause for a thunderous effort there.
At Coventry, the only talking point in a goalless draw came late in the second half when John Beresford's pass put Paul Kitson in on goal. The striker went down in the area and United had a chance to win the match from the penalty spot. But Peter Beardsley had been substituted due to a first-half injury, and no one seemed keen to take the kick until Andy Cole stepped up, and then he saw his shot saved by Steve Ogrizovic. At one point could easily have been 3. Replay time in the Coca-Cola saw a stronger Newcastle side take on a weaker Manchester City team, or so it seemed on paper. Even without Beardsley, United fans were confident of a 5th round tie at Crystal Palace.
Still got to deliver the cross. Somebody now still in there. Rosler were trying to get there. Rosler, goal for City. Uwe Rosler again. The man who took it to a replay put City ahead. Benison. Beresford. Cole couldn't get there. Was almost once again. Clark back. Cole now. Andy Cole really whipped in the shot. This is Summerby taking on Beresford as well. And getting round the back and still going. Cernicek pushed it away. And Quinn could reach it. But Walsh does. 2-0 City.
Walsh's strike killed off United, and their first defeat of the season at St James's Park provoked some home truths from the manager.
My chairman and the board of directors have been asking me for ages, go and buy a player, go and buy a player, and I've said no. This squad's more than good enough to get through until the players who are injured come back. Maybe tonight or tomorrow the chairman's got every right to come back and say, well, I don't think they are. And that's sad, really, because I know they are.
For most of the season, Paul Bracewell had battled against a groin injury which at one stage threatened even more than his football career. But before Christmas, the United midfielder joined his colleagues at Tynemouth for a breath of sea air. Instead of spending the season on the sidelines, Brace was back in business. And what a Christmas present it was, a first-team place at Leeds on Boxing Day.
Beresford's free kick. Howie, great save, Lukic, pure instinct then. This is David White, and he's got away from Beresford the first time. Beresford still with some defending to do. And Whelan stretches, and not that far away either.
On New Year's Eve, Rule Fox was back at Carrow Road for the first time as a Newcastle player, but 1994 was to end in defeat.
Knocked in there, and Adams is on his own. That's a goal for Norwich, and where was the marking? That was a gift. Watson steaming through. Lee! Good save from Andy Marshall, the 19-year-old, on his full debut. Still Norwich pressing forward then with understandable confidence. Milligan. Ward. Ashley Ward. 2-0. 10 minutes gone. Norwich well in control. Newcastle trying to find a way back into this one somehow. Peacock really tight there. And Peacock getting an important footing. Cole. Excellent ball. Kitson, foul, penalty, Olaform's challenge, and now Fox against his old club with a chance to make it 2-1, and coolly put away by Rule Fox, and Newcastle back in it.
Norwich survived and the new year dawned with Newcastle down to 4th. Suddenly Blackburn Rovers had opened up a 10-point gap over Keegan's men. To make matters worse, Philippe Albert looked a sorry sight on the treatment table at Maiden Castle. A badly twisted knee in training meant a major operation would end his season and rob Newcastle of another quality performer. Peter Beardsley was back after a 3-match absence as United looked for revenge against cup conquerors Manchester City. But the penalty king stood aside when the chance came.
Not shrugging off Kernaghan, but finding Fox, who turns, and Beresford, and Dibble, an excellent save, and that first goal of the season still eludes John Beresford. Dibble thinking about coming there, but had to check. Bracewell, good ball out wide. Fox with another chance to knock it in. Cole the target, shoving there on Peacock by Vonk, penalty. Fox scored at Norwich. Can he do it again? Oh, not this time. He's given Dibble a chance and he's taken it.
On FA Cup third round day, few people knew what lay ahead for Andy Cole as he prepared to do battle with Britain's most lethal strike force, Alan Shearer and Chris Sutton. Just as in the league game, Newcastle again left it late.
Beresford bringing it down and looking to play it early. Cole is on a run. Cole's got in between the two defenders, but the finish is just wide. Oh, Cole knows that was a great chance. Again, Blackburn coming forward full of confidence. Sutton, Shearer, Sutton. This time, yes! 1-0 Blackburn. Beresford is underneath it. They're still keeping this one going, Newcastle. Well, they've lost it, but Beardsley gets it back, and now it's Lee. Lee past another one. Lee! That's a magnificent goal! Robert Lee! What an equaliser! Brilliant football from Lee. Straight through the defence. There was the gap, and that was perfectly struck.
The Blackburn tie was the last time that Andy Cole pulled on a Newcastle shirt. The cult hero was as surprised as anyone when his record-breaking £7 million move to Manchester United was finalised. Kevin Keegan had to face angry fans on the steps of St James's Park. They were astonished that goal king Cole had been transferred to one of their greatest rivals, with Keith Gillespie switching to Tyneside. As Andy became a mighty red and Fergie's new favourite, there was endless speculation about who would replace the prolific scorer and make the number 9 shirt their own. Even the chairman didn't have an answer when he made a surprise visit to the training ground. But there's been no rush to bring in a striker who can match the spectacular goal rate of Cole. He bagged 68 in just 84 games. A record to be proud of and a video library to match any in the land. But was it right to sell the Predator?
The fans will make their own judgment, as they always do. And, you know, I've got letters, piles of letters for, piles of letters against. I mean, thousands, which I've kept. Some from kids who don't want to speak to me again. Some from fans who say, that's it, you know, whatever I thought of your manager now, I totally disrespect you now, and things like that. And some saying it's the best business deal ever done. So, I mean, that you know, that's what people think, and that's the spectrum of it.
It was one of football's great coincidences that brought Manchester United to St James's in the Premiership the following Sunday. But the managers agreed not to play Cole or Gillespie against their former clubs in another big televised match.
Hughes holds it up. Oh, it's Hughes! Mark Hughes! Well, wouldn't you have just had a bet on it? His future at Manchester United with a shadow cast over it. Kitson. Robert Lee! Straight to the top of the bar. Brenison. Kitson trying to guide it down. Could come his way. Kitson! That's what they wanted to see. No thoughts of Andy Cole at this particular moment. Paul Kitson has brought a smile to Peter Beardsley's face. And Kevin Keegan's as well, I'm sure.
It was one big game to another for United. The FA Cup replay at Ewood Park was surely a major test, but it was to give the season a whole new start.
Elliott, juggling, have a play. Got a free kick here, and Colin Hendry is booked, trying to get in front in the tie for the first time. What again? They've done it! Mark Hottiger from the free kick. All the positive play from Newcastle has finally brought its reward. It's a memorable encounter at Ewood Park, and Blackburn still very much in it, with Wilcox again. This is Paul Warhurst, this is Alan Shearer, and that is the equaliser from Chris Sutton. Clark, fell well for him, Lee Clark has scored! 5 minutes to go, Newcastle are back in
front. United's fourth goalless draw in 5 weeks came at Hillsborough. Lee Clark, the hero of Blackburn, had the best chance, but Chris Woods got his fingers to it. At the other end, Pavel Srnicek made sure Newcastle won a point when he made a brilliant stop from Klaus Ingersson. Mark Hottiger came to the rescue at the double. There was hardly a warm welcome weather-wise when Keith Gillespie, rated at £1 million, made his full debut at home to Wimbledon. His new club had now gone 7 Premiership games without a win.
Elliott Knew where Fox was and found him. Still Fox again. Fox! What a terrific goal from Will Fox! What a cracking shot! Well, that was rock and roll, all right. Well, he fair lashed that one in. He's been threatening to come in on that right foot and really let fly. And did he not? Then look at the power. Still with Fox. Beardsley. Kitson shoving defenders out the way, but not able to get there. Venison now shaping up for a shot now. Kitson in space. Kitson. Absolutely finished by Paul Kitson. He's really starting to show his worth now. Venison holding it and knocking it through. The marking was nowhere. And the Dons have got a free kick. Warren Barton will take it. And that's a goal. Ikoku has pulled one back.
The dream of reaching Wembley was rekindled at the end of January. The fourth-round match against second division Swansea City was a personal triumph for the man who's now carrying United's main goal-scoring hopes.
Here's Gillespie again, proving a real thorn in Swansea's side, but Beardsley takes it on again. Looking for Kitson! 1-0, Paul Kitson, 3 minutes to half-time. And Beardsley delivers it perfectly. So often he has a run from here, but he saw Kitson, drifted it into the space, and Kitson, the perfect touch. I was looking anxious there, but now it's with Hottiger. That's got it back. Hottiger, can he get the cross? And here comes Kitson! 2 for Newcastle, 2 for Kitson, and what a start to the second half. Keegan, well, he didn't have time to sit down. Hottiger chased it all the way, so dangerous to cross it from that position, and Kitson got to it first. Freestone, no chance. Elliott. Up the line there for Fox, who's got goal side of his man. Lifting it on. Kitson, good touch. And it's a hat-trick for Paul Kitson. Real improvisation there from the Newcastle striker. Fox knocked it on. Good first touch. The second touch, better still. Good hat-trick.
Newcastle went into February in 4th place in the Premiership, still trailing Blackburn by 10 points. Mike Hooper replaced the injured Cernacek. Howie, Peacock and Beresford were also missing, but they were still too strong for Everton.
Clark's first touch of the ball. Very much a local hero, Lee Clark. Now it's Lee. Robert Lee shot, cannons away off Unsworth again. Hottiger to clip one in. This might be the moment. No, Watson heads it away. Lee over the top. Southall, it's in there from Rule Fox. And at long last, Newcastle get their breakthrough. Newcastle 1, Everton 0. Scrappy it may have been. Matter it does not. And there again, the pitch let the Everton defender down. And Beardsley, oh, he's down. That must be a penalty, is it not? I thought that, yes, that was surely inside the area. David Unsworth just clipping Beardsley's ankles, and Newcastle have a chance to seal their win for certain. Oh, Southall kicks the ball away off the penalty spot. Oh, that's a stupid thing for the Welsh international goalkeeper to do. A yellow card for him. Beardsley for Newcastle makes it 2-0.
Newcastle were still well below strength when they made the journey to QPR, only this time they were punished.
Always through ball, and Ferdinand's getting away from Nielsen there. Ferdinand still going, 1-0. 4 minutes gone, and Rangers take the lead through Les Ferdinand. That was Kevin Gallen and Ferdinand in a ridiculous amount of space. Still, there's no stopping Rangers. Impey's out wide now. Barker,
3! 7 days rest allowed Steve Howie to return along with fellow defenders Cernacek, Beresford and Peacock. Forest, like Newcastle, were chasing a place in Europe.
Now it's Fox flying again. Square for Lee. Gillespie with a clever little heel for Hottiger. Fox in between them. And it's a goal! Rule Fox! A rare header, but perfectly placed. Just squeezed in there between the defenders. Hottiger knocking it in. Got up well. Gillespie to take the corner kick. Gets the return from Rule Fox. And finds Lee. Lee. Good goal. Robert Lee. Accurate and positive. Very little time, little room, and not a lot of space to aim at. But it was in at the near post, and it was too sharp for Mark Crossley. Pearce coming forward, Stone, Pearce and Stone. Little. In comes Lee, and that's one back. And the substitute comes straight in there and really makes his presence felt. Chase Collymore with real pace. Collymore's got away from Howie. Collymore, and Cernacek pulls out the save. Great work by Pavel Cernacek, and it really needed to be. Collymore was away and flying and looking all set for Forest's equaliser.
FA Cup fever really gripped Tyneside as another capacity crowd poured into St James's Park. Manchester City had been a problem for Newcastle in recent weeks, but a former Manchester United player soon changed all that.
Kitson in the centre, Gerald Ashby lets the game go on. Oh, and it's cost Manchester City a goal. Kitson has scored, and the referees had to give it.
Look at Andy Devlin. All sorts of problems for the goalkeeper.
Keith Gillespie.
And Gillespie can't miss this. Simple tap-in. But what went beforehand, Martin?
It's chaos here. Kitson was clearly in the centre in an offside position. That's what Brian Horton is complaining about. Sunshine a bit of a problem as well. And the equaliser. Uwe Rosler has made something of a speciality of scoring against Newcastle this season in the Coca-Cola Cup. This is Kitson. Benison. Beardsley. Beresford. Beautifully back from Beardsley. In goes Kitson, it's gone straight in. And John Beresford.
The build-up's super. Lovely 1-2, perfectly laid. I think this is a cross to the back post. Very much like Chris Wardle.
Fox with the cross. Peacock. Gillespie! My word! The inside of the post. It seemed certain to fly in from there, and it didn't. Glances it on for Beardsley. He's got a run on here, Peter Beardsley. Kernahan forces him wide. Keith Gillespie to make it 3-1. Fatal hesitation for Manchester City.
It happens so often in this situation because attackers tend to go and attack the ball, and defenders, as David Brightwell does here, watch him. He looks, he waits, he waits, he waits. Had he gone and met the ball and just cleared it anywhere, then there was nothing Gillespie could do.
It's another match day on Tyneside as Newcastle against Aston Villa. Only spare a thought for the boys in blue in security control. They can't watch the game, instead they're constantly checking TV monitors on the lookout for any crowd trouble. It's a pity they missed 4 sensational goals.
Beardsley. Now Gillespie's got some space. He's got Lee and Fox in the middle. Still with Gillespie. Back for Venison. It's there at last. Barry Venison gets his goal, and it's an absolute peach. Well, that was worth waiting for. Venison is absolutely mobbed. Look at that grin. But look at the strike when it comes up. Gillespie, the architect, he was in a perfect position, Venison, and he really whacked it. Look at that one. York fainting, and now he might try it, or even now perhaps. Townsend, that's a terrific goal. Andy Townsend with a brilliant equaliser. Ottinger. Taylor presenting that one to Gillespie. Beardsley scores! Beardsley deadly again. Newcastle back in front. Gillespie finding Beardsley. Look at that first touch. Squeeze through the gap. Venison staunching the man challenging him. Howie. Through the Beardsley, that was a good ball. Beardsley throws the dummy. Beardsley trying to find a way through. Beardsley, sensational! What a goal, Peter Beardsley! A work of genius, that one. Oh, that's an absolutely brilliant goal. Beardsley, there was nothing on. Howie bursting forward, gets it there. One defender goes. Through the two of them, he's beaten him 3 times, and he just slots it through at the near post.
Just before the end of the month, Alex Matthey, for so long the Andy Cole understudy, was on the move. Unable to get an extended run under Keegan, he joined the Ipswich Town battle to avoid relegation. Newcastle, though, weren't in the mood to help out an old teammate.
Westwood with the free kick, Yallop away, as far as Fox, and Fox, just look at that! Rule, Fox comes home, and what style with the finish! He really let fly a thunderbolt. Now Kitson getting away, Kitson might have to finish it himself, and he does! Excellent goal, Paul Kitson.
4 wins in February lifted United back into 3rd place in the table. There was still an outside chance of catching the big 2.
I mean, anything can happen with 3 points. I mean, Blackburn have got a very tough game at Villa. If we beat Liverpool, I mean, I can't see Ipswich beating Man United, but then I said that when they played them down at Portman Road. So, you know, there's still a lot of football to be played.
Keegan certainly seemed happy to be back at Anfield, where he'd thrilled the fans as a player. Pavel Srnicek had held Liverpool at bay until youth and experience had its say.
Srnicek pushes it away, and Walters still looking for the breakthrough, saved by Srnicek, and Redknapp, and it's in, yes, Fowler! At last a goal for Liverpool, and Fowler puts his shirt on it. Peacock, that one short, and Fowler's in there. Srnicek is struggling, and Rush is there. 2-0 Liverpool. Ian Rush, who else?
Local hero Lee Clark had stunned United fans by declining a new contract because he couldn't get a regular place in the side. But he stepped up against West Ham when Peter Beardsley was unfit, and he made an early impact.
Ottinger. Gillespie, Ottinger making the run, and knocking it forward now for Kitson. Clark's there, and Clark gets his goal. Lee Clark, the man with a point to prove, gets the goal that puts Newcastle ahead. Well, what a moment for Lee Clark. And Howie. Clark did so well to find Lee. and Kitson. What a fine goal, Paul Kitson.
Clark kept his place for the big FA Cup clash at Goodison Park. It's the 6th round, and Newcastle haven't been this close to Wembley for years.
Free kick then to Everton. Unsworth lifting it right up into that box. Bergson getting up there, and Watson, and Sernicek couldn't reach it, and Everton take the lead. 66 minutes gone, and wild celebrations. Ottiger now, Newcastle desperate to find a way through, and Kitson and Clark, great save, Southall and Fox, the side netting. That was a chance.
Well, that was the end of the 1995 Wembley dream. United now had 10 games to make sure of earning their place in Europe next season. First, though, Keegan's men had a date with the future Toon Army. More than 400 members of the Junior Magpies club turned up, then didn't leave until they'd got every player's autograph. 2 days later, Newcastle looked like being held to a goalless draw until the man with the most prized signature wrote Arsenal's death warrant in the last minute.
1-2 between Peacock and Fox. Arsenal stand firm. Now Beardsley might fancy a drive. Good strike. Oh, yes! Peter Beardsley has done it in the last minute of the match with a goal out of the top draw. Beardsley strikes gold and Newcastle carry the point.
Three days later, Beardsley was ready for action at Southampton. Newcastle had to find a way past Bruce Grobbelaar to keep the European target a good each-way bet.
Gillespie's corner. And Kitson. That's a great goal from Paul Kitson. His 11th of the season, and a definite touch of the Peter Beardsleys with that one. Came off the defender, it came off Shipley in fact, but what a finish. Shipley through here. Howie the defender, Shipley getting round him and getting the cross in, and it's a goal right at the end. Neil Heaney, 1-1, 3 minutes to go. Dodd's cross, Sernicek doesn't get it. Watson's there, and it's Watson who's made it 2-1. What a turnaround here. Sernicek came for it, didn't get it, and Watson was straight in there. A disastrous last few minutes for Newcastle, and it's worse still. A mistake from Sernicek, Shipley.
Despite that disaster, United held on to third place, but Forest, Liverpool and Leeds had all narrowed the gap during March. It was the team's poor away form that was causing most concern.
I think we started by winning our first 5 away from home, and we've still, only won 6. If someone had said to you, we'll go and play another 16 games and only win 1 more away from home or 2, you'd have said, you've got to be kidding, we're places we've got to go. But the harsh reality of the fact is that that's what's happened. And I've learned something from that, and I've learned maybe that you can't go playing players away from home who you play at home sometimes. You may have to switch your team.
April Fool's Day brought a trip to Stamford Bridge. Paul Bracewell replaced Keith Gillespie, who'd picked up an injury playing for Northern Ireland. A former Newcastle skipper gave Chelsea the lead.
Chelsea going to get that one knocked in and cause a few problems. Good flick by Steen. And Peacock, the second time this season against Newcastle. Beardsley square, and Venison, good save, and it's Hottiger who's there. 2 minutes left, and Mark Hottiger's first Premiership goal. Venison's shot, pushed away by Hitchcock, and there was Hottiger of all people.
It was all smiles for the arrival of a Norwich City side spiralling out of the Premiership. The match was never a contest.
Kitson once more making a good run and trying to get in front of Newcastle, and Kitson still going. Penalty there. John Newsom was always second to that one, and Kitson's run got its reward. Peter Beardsley, the skipper, with the penalty kick. And no problem at all for the England international. And Norwich eventually get it away. Far as Ward, but not for long. Hottinger, good control then under pressure. Lee. Beardsley. Tremendous goal, Peter Beardsley, yet again, another modern classic. Beardsley has gone through the complete range this season. Owen pressured there and dispossessed by Robert Lee, and a real break on now. Kitson flags down, he's got Fox as well. Plenty of options, surely this time, surely. Kitson, no problem. On a plate, and Kitson finished it off himself.
Mike Hooper made only his 4th start of the season on Good Friday when he returned to Merseyside in place of the injured Pavel Srnicek. His opposite number, Neville Southall, made the first crucial save to deny Peter Beardsley his 100th Newcastle goal. Then a World Cup star finally found his goal touch for Everton.
Setting off, and Amakatchi through the centre, brilliant pass, great control, super goal for Everton! Amakatchi, Everton would love a second goal just to settle them down. Limpar, Hinchcliffe, Amakatchi, they've got the second goal!
More bad news. Robert Lee's second bookable offence earned him United's 3rd red card of the season. Steve Watson was recalled for only his 2nd start in 1995 for the Easter Monday battle with the Leeds side also looking to qualify for Europe. He was to play a key role in the first goal.
Dorigo in a good position. Dorigo's not had too many chances to get forward. Flying header away, and that was a handball, was it? Got to check back on his line. McAllister keeps his cool and puts Leeds 1 up in controversial circumstances. Howie jumping. Elliott a great try and a great goal. Robbie Elliott. What a terrific equaliser.
But Yeboah's solo effort meant the end of United's 15-month unbeaten run in the Premiership at St James's. And for Robbie Elliott, the Newcastle goal scorer who'd filled John Beresford's role so well, a serious knee injury meant the end of his season. The visit to Manchester City had a novel twist. John Burridge, Newcastle's goalkeeping coach, came face to face with his own club when he came off the bench as a half-time substitute. Then he kept a clean sheet, even when Rule Fox beat him to the cross. The header came back off the post and it finished goalless. Tottenham brought the German World Cup star Jurgen Klinsmann to St James's, needing a victory to keep alive their hopes of a UEFA place. Another 35,000 capacity crowd witnessed a match that had absolutely everything.
Watson losing his man and getting the cross in. And Gillespie, 1-0! Terrific goal! Beardsley's corner. Peacock, he's got a goal! At last, Darren Peacock gets his first for Newcastle. Rosenthal want to get something going. Barmby, the 1-2, Barmby through the middle. Barmby scores! Nick Barmby pulls one back for Spurs. Anderton sprints over to take this corner kick as well. Peacock got to it first. Howells, a little nod down there for Anderton again to swing it across. Graceful early half end, and Klinsmann 2-2. And Spurs have whacked 2 in 2 minutes as well. And Klinsmann has done it. Gillespie couldn't get to that one first. What a good break this by Spurs. What a fantastic goal from Darren Anderton. Howells in. Nice little layoff there. And forward for Rosenthal. Klinsmann's there. Cernicek did awfully well to hold on to that one. That's beaten the offside trap. And Barnby is through. Barnby, Cernicek, penalty. Nick Barnby brought down by Pavel Cernicek, but will that be the end of the punishment? It's a red card. Newcastle will have to make another substitution. Off goes Cernicek, Mike Hooper comes on. That means that Will Fox has also pulled out of the game. Hooper now, what a hero he would be if he could stop this one. Klinsmann, and Hooper stopped it! And Newcastle United fans all around the ground absolutely erupt. What a moment for Mike Hooper! Allen through for Beardsley, didn't quite fall for him. Calderwood is going to get a booking now. Calderwood's going to go off this time, he's already had one booking. Campbell has to watch it, and Beardsley's in there. Beardsley, 3-3, Peter Beardsley. You can't do that when he's around.
When United returned to the impressive Ewood Park on the other side of the Pennines, Blackburn was still ahead in the chase for the Premiership title. Goalkeeper Tim Flowers was to play a huge part in making sure they took all 3 points on the night, when Newcastle deserved some reward.
Oh, Watson's header's a bit dodgy, Sutton's in there. And Cernicek had to be quick. Shearer back to Batty, and here's Lasso. Still in play, and Shearer's in there, it's a goal! Alan Shearer's done it for Blackburn Rovers! That's what they wanted! Oh, it's been given away by Batty, and here's Rule Fox. Will Blackburn pay for this? Beardsley here! Oh, that's a tremendous save by Flowers! He saved Blackburn there!
Look at this doing, this is difficult.
Here's Lee! Oh, and again, Tim Flowers, and that was swerving horribly. That's Fox's ball to Gillespie. Nobody in the centre for it, though. If he pulls it back, there might be somebody. Beresford! Oh, a great save again from Flowers! Tremendous save from him! How did he keep that out with his balance all the other way?
Well, let's hope that Newcastle's new away strip will bring them some better luck on their travels next season. Adidas have turned the clock back by selecting the maroon and blue colours last worn by a team in the West End of the city in 1892. The new home kit is now a broader black and white stripe, and the sportswear company, which has signed an 8-year deal with United, has changed the neckline to a grandad collar. Within days, advance orders passed the 300,000 mark. Lee Clark started the final match of the season knowing it could be the last time that he'd wear the famous black and white stripes of Newcastle. Crystal Palace included Tyneside-born Chris Armstrong, a one-time target of Keegan. Newcastle needed victory for the chance of the European place they'd almost taken for granted. Palace wanted a win and a prayer to avoid relegation.
Now Fox against Southgate again. Fox cutting inside this time, shading for the shot. Goal! Got a deflection, but Fox cut inside and really let fly. Fox. Fox with the left foot, good cross. Goal! This time it's Lee. And here's Gillespie through the middle now. Gillespie still going. It's 3 now. Gillespie superbly struck, and Newcastle running riot, and Palace are going down. Now Newman lifts it out wide again. Knocked in by Southgate. What's a goal back?
Dyer against Hottiger. Dyer will have to go again. And he does, and he gets round Hottiger. Back for Houghton. That's another goal for Palace. Ray Houghton. And is there life yet?
Well, United survived to take all 3 points and celebrated a fascinating 9 months with a lap of honour. But compared to the scenes on the final day of the previous 2 seasons, it was a low-key affair. As it turned out, 6th in the Premiership wasn't good enough to win a place in the UEFA Cup. Manchester United's defeat by Everton in the FA Cup final confirmed that.
The honeymoon's over. That's what we've learned this year. That to finish 3rd last year was probably flattered us a little bit. Having said that, we've also learned that no matter how strong a squad you've got, you can't have too many good players. And again, we'll look to strengthen in the close season. I mean, we will have a squad capable, again, of winning it. Only capable. It's got to go out and perform. It's got to add that little bit of luck that you need. The little bit of luck that I don't think we had this year.